You ever look at some people and just think, they're lucky? Like good things just seem to fall into their lap? Well, what if I told you it's not really luck at all? Today, we're going to dig into the work of psychiatrist Marian Rojas Estapé and break down the actual science of how your mind can physically change your body and start attracting the good stuff into your life. And that quote really gets to the heart of what she's all about. This isn't just theory, okay? It's more like a scientific roadmap for finding real relief when you're feeling down, stressed, or just plain stuck. So let's get into how we can actually use this stuff. All right, so here's how we're going to break this down. First, we'll kick things off with a pretty wild personal story. Then we'll dive into the nitty-gritty of what stress is actually doing to your brain. After that, we'll find out how we can literally reverse the damage, which is amazing. And finally, we'll learn how to switch on our brain's built-in luck detector. Let's do it. So our whole story starts with a trip that was so packed with chaos and coincidences that it made Rojas Estapé herself start to question what luck even is. It all began with a simple decision to go volunteer in Cambodia. Okay, so just picture this. You say no thanks to a safe and secure medical career to go volunteer. Then a massive storm hits and you miss your flight. The airline finally gets you on a new one, but then they lose your bags. I mean, it sounds like a complete disaster, right? Well, for Rojas Estapé, this whole chain of bad luck put her in the perfect place at the perfect time to meet her hero, the anti-trafficking activist Somali Mom, right there at the lost luggage counter. Crazy! So this wild encounter sparked a massive question for her. Was this just some random one-in-a-million fluke? Or can we actually do things to put ourselves in the path of good fortune? And that question right there is the key to everything else we're about to uncover. To really understand how to bring good things into our lives, we first have to talk about the one big thing that's pushing them away, and that's chronic stress, and its little messenger of chaos, a hormone called cortisol. Now, cortisol isn't all bad. In fact, it's essential for survival. It's your fight-or-flight hormone. It's the juice that gets you going in an emergency. If a fire alarm goes off, cortisol floods your system so you have the energy to get to safety. It's a really good survival tool. But, and this is a huge but, here's the problem. Your brain cannot tell the difference between a real physical threat, like a lion walking into the room, and a threat you just think about, like worrying about your job next week. It triggers the exact same chemical flood of cortisol. And what that means is, if you're worrying all the time, your body is living in a permanent state of emergency. And living in that constant state of alert, what Rojas Estapé calls cortisol intoxication, it takes a massive physical toll on you. It can show up as anything from hair loss and muscle tension to serious digestive issues. You ever notice how so many illnesses end in itis, like gastritis, dermatitis, colitis? Yeah, that's inflammation. That's your body literally on fire from stress.
And it's not just physical. Mentally, bathing your brain in cortisol 24/7 is the reason you feel so irritable for no reason. It's behind that frustrating brain fog, or those times your mind just goes completely blank. It's why you can't sleep and why a feeling of sadness just kind of hangs around. Your brain is just tired. It's exhausted from that alarm bell ringing nonstop.
Okay, so that all sounds pretty bleak, I know, but this is where the story gets really, really hopeful. Because it turns out we are not just victims of our biology. We actually have the power to repair this damage. We can take back control. Let me show you how. This all comes down to something called telomeres. Now, the easiest way to think about them is like the little plastic tips on the end of your shoelaces. They're there to protect your chromosomes, your DNA, from fraying. As we get older, or when we're under a lot of stress, these little caps get shorter and shorter. They're basically a physical measurement of how old your body thinks it is. And this is where the true impact of stress just hits you like a ton of bricks. Rojas Estapé talks about studies done on 15-year-old trafficking survivors in Cambodia. The result? These teenagers had the telomeres of 80-year-old women. Their bodies had biologically aged 65 years because of trauma. But right after that gut-wrenching fact comes this absolutely incredible piece of news. A Nobel Prize-winning scientist, Elizabeth Blackburn, discovered that we're not stuck. Our bodies can actually create an enzyme that repairs and, get this, lengthens our telomeres. We can literally turn back our biological clock on a cellular level. So how do we do it? Well, the science points to some really clear actions. Exercise literally flushes cortisol out of your system. A healthy lifestyle, good food, decent sleep gives your body the raw materials it needs to rebuild. And practices like mindfulness or meditation have been shown to directly lower the inflammation that chews up those telomeres. We can actively rebuild ourselves. It's amazing. Okay, so we've calmed the stress response. We started repairing ourselves. Now for the final piece of the puzzle, learning how to turn on the part of our brain that goes out and finds all the good stuff for us. We're going to activate our personal opportunity radar. This system is called the reticular activating system. That's a mouthful, I know. Just think of it like this. Your brain is getting hit with billions of pieces of information every single second. This system is like the bouncer at the nightclub of your mind. It stands at the door and decides which tiny fraction of all that noise actually gets your attention. And here's the magic trick of how it works. Your reticular activating system shows you what you've told it is important to you. If your mind is focused on a goal, on hope, on finding opportunities, your brain will literally filter the entire world to start pointing out things that match that focus. You have totally experienced this before. It's the reason why when you decide you want to buy a red car, you suddenly see red cars everywhere on the road. It's how Rojas Estapé, after researching Kofi Annan for a trip, just happened to bump into his wife in a random hallway. Those people and those cars were always there. Your brain was just finally tuned in to see them. So what shuts this incredible system down? What's its kryptonite? Rojas Estapé is super clear on this one. It's a distracted mind. When we spend our lives endlessly scrolling on our phones, living a virtual life, our attention gets shattered. We are simply not present enough in the real world to notice the opportunities that are sitting right there in front of us. And look, this isn't just some feel-good philosophy. This is hard neuroscience. As the Nobel laureate Santiago Ramon y Cajal famously said, we can all be the sculptors of our own brains. Through what we choose to focus on and what we do, we can physically change our own brain to work for us instead of against us. So when you put it all together, making good things happen, it's not really about luck, is it? It's about managing our stress, it's about healing our bodies, and it's about consciously choosing what we want our brains to look for out in the world, which really only leaves one question for you to answer. Is your radar turned on?